So in today's video you're going to see us heading out. We were going to go and do some fishing and check our pots. There wasn't any wind, but when we got down there it turned out there was this enormous swell from a low pressure that was moving in across the Atlantic, and it was throwing up some huge waves. Now with the cameras they don't tend to pick up the waves so much, so what you're seeing, they are a lot bigger and many things are a lot closer than they look on the camera. But anyway, we'll go out and have a look, and then later on we need to go and get some pots on another day, so there's like two parts to the video. But anyway, you'll see all that as it happens. So the plan for today was to go out, check pots, but actually to go fishing was the main thing. But I don't know if you can see this. Just look at the shallow. I'll lower the camera so you get a better view of it. But there's a massive swell. I mean, it's low tide now, and the swell is enormous in here. When we get out there, it's going to get a lot bigger. On top of that, fishing, I don't know if you can see in the water there how green it looks. It is as murky as anything. So seeing the lures, I mean, if the fish come across the lures, they'll snap at it, but they can't see them from very far. That's the biggest problem, unless you know exactly where the fish are, which I don't at the moment because they're very scattered what is out there. Fishing might not be too good. Plus trying to fish in this. We're going to head out anyway because I came out, I need to get some crab. So I've got to go and pick up a bit of crab out my store pot for tomorrow. And there's also a regatta coming, you can see. This is a committee boat, they stick it out and they all sit down there, judge things and get drunk, I think. That's about the gist of it. So yeah, I don't know how well that'll go tomorrow though, with the seas being like this. I mean, it's supposed to be nice and calm, and it's supposed to be nice and calm tomorrow, but it's supposed to start off with rain, which is now, as you can see, it's moving off. This is why we're a little bit later this morning. But this swell, this is what really stops me fishing, is the swell. On top of that, it doesn't just stop me fishing. Lobsters and crabs just don't like going in the pots when it rolls like this, and you get a lot of weed in the pots, and this is what's most likely to move your pots if there's strong winds with it. On a small tide like this it shouldn't matter, but we'll see. Like I say, I wanted to get out and do a few pots over there. I wanted to get over there. I don't think I'm going to get to those, which is annoying because I haven't baited them properly. That was all going to be done today, so they can be left for a day or two, but that's the way it goes sometimes. Right, we'll be back when we're sort of motoring around and doing stuff. Look at that beauty. Absolute cracker. Yeah, I've seen them, like I say, when I've been down here looking for the abalones. Around the rocks I've seen small ones here, so I thought maybe there's a chance there'll be a big one there as well. Sometimes, you know, if it's just small stones it might only be small ones, but obviously there is larger ones there. Nice, nice. Cool, we've got a lobster already. So we're not going to get many things, so good start. Made it up here. We've got pots over there, but I'm just going to assess the situation first, because if you get rolls off the reef, like suddenly surge up and tip over. Not every wave, you'll just get that odd one every 7th wave or whatever. Can't even see my pots. I think they're much further over, but I know there's some right in there. That might be a bit risky to go in there. Let's go on our little fishing mark and fish a bit, and I'll just watch it for a bit. Yeah, I can see the easiest one to get to, but I think the risk is too much. For a lobster, it's not worth it, you know? I mean, you might get a couple of nice lobsters, but then the alternative, well not the alternative, but the risk side of it is far too high. You know, it's a big gamble. I mean, we probably would be fine, but things can go wrong very quickly, so we'll see. So it'll be fine, I'll leave it. I just came up, thought we'd have a look. We've still got a couple in the bay to do anyway, so we'll do those. And fishing wise, I don't think this is going to pay off. But we'll fish a little bit longer here, and then we'll go back in around the rocks, and I'll try some casting some lures and that down the rocks, if I've got a shiny lure. Oh, there goes my lures. See, this is off to a great start. And I bet we've lost all, maybe we've got one left. There you go, every time, one left. So, yeah, we'll go around some reefs over there, where it's sheltered, and just give it a cast of some bass. I did see, I think it was along there, it was a very small one, jumped out of the water, so maybe there's some bass darting around in there. This is a freak wave coming. That is big. And when you see them this big, it makes your heart raise up a little bit. Here we go. Right, go, get out of here. Like I've said before, weather like this never outstay your welcome. I mean, those waves are okay, they're big and they're huge, but they're okay. But if they suddenly tip on you, you're in trouble. And with all the reefs under the water, that quite often happens when they run over the top of a reef. You don't see the reef and suddenly the wave just kills over. If you're anywhere near that, bad news. If you're ever in doubt, don't. Not when it comes to the sea. Leave it for another day. There's always another day. Snorkel around here, you always used to see the odd bass swimming around here. There might have been more, they might have seen me first, but always the odd bass here. But that was years ago. Same like you come out here with some ragworm or some sandy, and you can sit here on the anchor and you can catch loads of pollock. I tried it a couple of times over the last few years and basically caught nothing. I'm going to head in soon. I'm not catching anything. A couple of bites, that's it. Small fish. And it's still a bit early. I'm trying to avoid rush hour. because it's going to be rush hour now, pretty much, for the next hour. And I'd rather stand out here catching nothing than sit in a traffic jam. So as always the case as always is, see the cameras flapping around, I put on a super slim instead of the skerries, and as you can see over there, we've hooked a small bass, so that's what was taking the skerries one probably. That's pretty cool, that's what was attacking it. Just lift it out, there we go. Look at that, nice little bass on the super slim. And it's probably because the skerries was a bit too big for the, well, they're not, it's not, I wouldn't say it's too big for this fish, but probably grabbing the tail more so, whereas that one, it got hold of it a bit better. Right, let me pick this up carefully. Carefully, he says, dropping it. Put it in this hand. What I'm going to do is just measure it before we put it back. It is 42, so this is actually a legal bass, that. But we're going to let it go. Off you go. And away he goes. Yeah, that was cool. At least we caught something. So there you go, there's our crab. This is from the last few days. We had our lobster. Oh look, they've multiplied. That's cool. Nah, it's actually the ones we had yesterday. I didn't bring them in, I put them in a box overnight. It was so hot yesterday, I didn't want to take them in because trying to keep the tank cool, if you overfill it, it's not the best. So I decided to leave them out at sea overnight. But we'll take them in now. Right, back we go. Should just about get the tide right from around there, on the right side instead of the left. So the next clip was actually filmed before the big swell. Pay particular attention to the rocks behind the boat, because after the big swell, that's where our pots went. Set trap here. So as you would have seen, the first attempt failed. Now I reversed in purposely to get hold of the bobber and try and pull the bobbers out, and also to keep the the boat straight with the channel, so if we got any large waves come at us, we could go straight out the entrance again. Now as you would have seen, I got hold of the rope, it had no give whatsoever, and I had to let it go, and at the same time we were hit by a wave that came in from the side which jolted the boat. So I decided to just let it all go and come out and recompose, which is what I did. Now, what we were going to attempt to do was go do exactly the same thing, only this time we were going to try and pull the pot straight up. And when we do this, the boat is going to start turning a bit, which is my worry, because if the boat turns too much, we are literally, I mean, there's room either side, but there's no turning room because it's such a narrow area. And like I say, on the camera, it looks a lot like there's a lot more space. On top of that, you've got all the rocks that you would have seen on the first part under the water. Failing this, I was going to put a knife through the bobber once I got hold of it. If there's no give, then I'll knife them and just take the bobbers, and that would be done with it, because we weren't going to get in there again. I mean, that was an exceptionally large tide, so it gave us that window of opportunity. Anyway, this is attempt 2. Shouldn't have been round here, they should have been in the bay, but oh well. We'll dismantle them, get rid of the rubbish, take it in, and cut out the usable bits. But these are old pots anyway, so I'm not bothered. These were sort of in their last year or two. Just wondering with this if I can yeah. Cut it open. Don't need to worry about this pot. Like I say, it's finished anyway. Right, so finished cutting the weights and the necks. There was now it's not lost anything. These pots, so they were very old. I think they were about 4 or 5 years old. Those pots. Anyway, we'll take that in and dump them. Got all our weights back. The thing is, it's tight your weights and you don't lose your pots, even if they move. Even if they get smashed up, because the weight's still there. That second pot was pretty much okay. It was the first pot that was completely knackered. That's the one that was getting dragged around. Like I say, they shouldn't have been out there really, but I wasn't catching in the bay with them, and I thought, well, I'll take them out there, keep them shallow. And yeah, then we had the swell, then those big winds a few days later. Obviously I couldn't get to them in that swell. But, I mean, they caught really well. So it's quite good that you know, they caught a lot of lobsters, so it was good that I moved them, even if they did get broken up. I mean, they wouldn't have been out next year, those ones. So I just try and fish a bit. It seems very quiet here. I might go out and do my pots. I think it's slack water at the moment, so it might be an idea.